are we overlooking your Steelers?
Hell yeah, you are. Hell yeah, you are. Let me tell y'all
Just what I
something,
was
man.
thinking. Took the words out of my mouth.
Y'all can keep
one.
sleeping on. Y'all can keep sleeping on the
I ain't
Steelers
played
if
for
you
'em.
want to. Okay, we coming. I'm just sick and tired. All of this love. The Browns just became relevant last year. Y'all act like they got some tradition. They've been around a long time. The hell
Dog
with
pound.
them. Only thing the Rams were about the dog pound. Okay, that's what it was about. All right, we didn't pay any attention to anything other than the dog pound until obviously the NFL, the franchise, they moved the franchise. And we felt bad for them because it's a great, great, great sports town, deserving of a football team. And ultimately they came back. And they came back and they finally got a quarterback in Baker Mayfield. But this dude wasn't ready at the time. They had a head coach named Kitchen.
Are you talking about the Steelers, or are you just going to hate? Are you going to hate on every other team to
Bringing up
distract?
all types of
You're bringing
irrelevant
up
stuff.
all other stuff to not actually have to talk about your team. That's what's happening right now.
I'm just saying. I'm talking about my team because I'm going to the AFC North. See, y'all trying to Lamar Jackson. Everybody in love. Everybody in love with Lamar Jackson.
You love Lamar Jackson too.
Listen. The brother got skills running the football. Last time I recall, they had the worst passing attack in all of football last year. But they could run the football. Now, why am I high on my Steelers? Well, we know Minka Fitzpatrick in the crew and my man Devin Bush coming back. Stephon Tuitt is still there. Hayward and the crew is still there. The defense is real. And if Ryan Clark, if that man even utters a different word about, if he even utters anything negative, hold on, I'm talking, Ryan. If he even utters a negative word about the damn Steelers defense, he should be banned from this show, okay? And Mike Tomlin should have let them at his facilities, all right? So the defense is going to be real. Now let's get to the offense. Max, I am aware that the offensive line has been a problem. I am aware of that, Max, okay? And they've lost some bodies on there, too. I'm very concerned. I'll admit that. But I got to believe in my man Mike T, and they're going to shore that up. So then we get to the other positions. Ben Roethlisberger and ATC's got a lot to prove. We're going to see what's going to happen here. Look at the weapons, the Ebrons of the world, the Juju Smith-Schuster. He's got some making up to do, doing too much damn stuff on TikTok last year instead of catching passes. He's going to make up for that this year, okay? You got him. You got Deontay Johnson. You got Chase Claypool, all right? Even though James Washington doesn't want to be there, damn it, he's still there. Deal with it, okay? And
What
they
kind of word salad is this?
Thank the Heavenly Father, the Heavenly Stars. They finally have a running back, all right? And Najee Harris. Where's he from, RC? Alabama. Let me tell you something, bro. We coming. The Steelers, they going to win the North.
The best you got is we
hear
coming.
Me? It ain't
That's
Toronto,
the best
y'all. It ain't Toronto. You not Toronto say we the North? It ain't Toronto. It's the Steelers.
Funny, boy.
We the North.
What are you?
We the North.
What
we
are you,
coming.
Pennsylvania?
I'm telling y'all right now. You coming.
Relax.
Steelers coming, Max. You get that look off your face, Max. Steelers coming. Steelers coming.
Steelers have, when I look at the Steelers, I thought to myself at first, maybe I am overlooking them. They have a great head coach who's like, he's incapable of having a losing season. Yeah. He's too competitive no matter what you give him. Okay. No excuses. No quarterback, no second-string quarterback. 8-8. I don't see him going 8-9. I see him with a winning record at least this year. And the Steelers, I'm trying to think of who has an elite defense in the NFL right now? Maybe the Steelers are one of two or three. I think of Washington. I think of Pittsburgh. Maybe those are the only two defenses where I go, those are elite defenses.
Tampa.
So yeah, right. Two or three. So they got a great defense. But when everyone's talking about Roethlisberger in his bounce-back year, I hate to tell everyone, last year was the bounce-back year. That was the bounce-back year. He was 38 years old. He was coming off a catastrophic injury, missed a year, and came back and turned into a totally new quarterback. I was so impressed with that. Quick reads, get the ball out quick, accurate short passes. Wow, that's not Roethlisberger. That's hold the ball, take the hit, get the ball down the field. He really showed me something. And as the season wore on, he showed his age. And he also showed that because they could not commit to the run because they don't have run blocking. So as a result, everyone's playing up on those short passes, which makes it even harder to run. So just because you draft the running back and you're going to recommit to the run, maybe because you're committed, it'll get a little better, but I don't anticipate big returns in the run game. And as a result, I think Roethlisberger, by the end of the year, is going to have a hard time of it again. Now you compare that to the other teams in the division. I don't care about the history of the Cleveland Browns. I care about the recent history. The recent history is they beat the Steelers at the end of the season to get into the playoffs, and they beat them again in the playoffs. And when they finally lost in the playoffs, it was to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs by 1 score. The Browns are coming. You talk about the Steelers are coming. The Browns are coming. Baker Mayfield finally had some stability and a head coach. He showed you he's a good quarterback. Odell Beckham Jr. is coming back, and he knows he's got to fit in because now everything was working without him. You're going to get the best version of Odell. They have 2 great backs. They have the best line in the game, blocking for the pass and protecting for the run and protecting the passer. The best, number 1, both last year. And they don't have a Pittsburgh defense. They got a good defense. Browns are better than the Steelers. And by the way, the Ravens should be a little better than the Steelers too.
You know, we had Steeler Steve and Mathematics Max, and you guys didn't answer the question. Like, Stephen A. just talked about we coming, and then Max just talked about who was better
I said
than
they're
the Pittsburgh
overlooking
Steelers.
the Steelers. I did say that.
The thing is this, though. Putting them in their right spot is not overlooking the Steelers. What Max did, I will give him, is he put them in the right spot. I do think the Cleveland Browns have a better roster than the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think if we remove quarterback, the Cleveland Browns probably have the second best total roster in the NFL behind the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Yeah,
that's just the
right.
truth. That's just the truth.
Both
And
sides
then
of the
you
ball.
look at the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens have a younger quarterback, a more dynamic quarterback. The Baltimore Ravens also have a very good defense. And the Baltimore Ravens should be above the Steelers, too. If you'd watch NFL Live, Stephen A., you would have already known this answer because I had to rank them yesterday. But let's talk about the Steelers. Me what? Hush.
Are you saying you went on national TV and said the Steelers are going to finish in 3rd place?
I just said it again on national TV. I'm on national TV now. You don't have to ask a question you know the answer to already, Stephen.
You
right.
said the Steelers are going to finish in 3rd place?
The Steelers are the 3rd best team in the AFC
in a very
North.
good